the movie, you know, Neo, he wants to find a way out.
By using a certain technology, he goes into the invisible, what's behind. He discovers the codes, he discovers the agents and all that. The agents are automatisms. An agent has a mission. An automatism has a mission, you see? So he discovers all that. He discovers the way it's programmed, the writing of the program. So he discovers a whole new world where he can do things that he cannot do in the material world. So he slowly learns about martial arts, how to defend himself, how to move, and then he moves in certain ways that are not, he's not used to that. So he discovers the mechanisms in that invisible world, which was invisible before. He was connected to that machine. The connection to that machine is the shift. Same thing as the shift, you see. Once the machine is the fact that, if we want to make a comparison, is the fact that a person can start observing the automatism. Once the person starts observing the automatism, then it's equivalent of going through that machine and seeing and being revealed that world, that different world, you see, the world, digital world. It's the same thing. He discovers the mechanism of systemic reality, you see. He has to live the action of observing the mechanisms. Same thing, but it takes a while. It takes certain realizations to be able to do that. He has to be in contact with a person that will induce that kind of action. In the Matrix, Neo learns from who?
Morpheus.
Morpheus. Okay? Morpheus has the experience of that reality. So he teaches them. First he initiates him to that reality. And he talks to him and all that. That's the way it works. But if Neo just goes in there by himself, he doesn't know what's going on. The agents in the Matrix is equivalent to psychological resistance. It's automatic. The thoughts will be automatic. That will interfere with awakening. The agents, they try to stop Neo. That's their mission. Their automatisms, psychological automatism.
But why? Because it's pure mechanism.
Oh, it's pure mechanism. There's no why. It's like that. It will try to protect itself, but we can talk like that, but there's no intention. It's just the fact that a person is programmed in a certain way. So the person identifies to that, identifies to what he takes as his thoughts, identifies to the programs. There's no difference between him and the programs. That's why people are not centered. Because the programs, they were built from the connection, the emotional connection with others, with the collective. So they're sensitive to the judgment of others, to the rejection of others. So they're not centered, they're decentered. That the job of psychological automatism is that. It's not a job, it's the way it is. Because a person is used to that, he's automatized to function like that or to think like that, etc., etc. That's the jail, that's the prison. Until he can know what's going on, he can't liberate himself. Impossible. He has to know what's going on. He has to identify what I'm talking about. Identify that he's programmed like that. And he programmed himself, but unconsciously, by his reaction to his environment since he was young. His emotional reaction, that's what creates the program. Memories, the emotional charge of memories, and then the program, then the automatism. program. Human beings are programmed just like computers. There's no difference. But they don't know it. But they suffer from it because they can't identify the fact that they're programmed like that. Once they start identifying it, observing the mechanism, then they start liberating themselves from all that. That's the way it works. Very simple, but it's not easy to implement because of the resistance of the agents, which are always 24 hours a day